hot water and cured leaves. Tea is the most popular beverage in the world, well, second only to water itself, and preparing a pot of tea is a wonderfully simple process. But as any tea aficionado will happily instruct you, it must be done carefully, mindfully, to get the best out of it. On my recent trip to Taipei with MSI for Computex, I learned too that preparing the tea leaves themselves is just as simple and relies just as much on exacting care and mindfulness. Less than an hour south of the whirring, humming, thick bustle of the city of Taipei, we were taken through the steep and lush green hills to a place so calmingly beautiful I could literally feel every fibre of every muscle relax.
Apparently the Queen of England herself was quite impressed with this particular tea farm. So I actually have some cold brewing here at the moment. They gave us a little tea bag of cold brew tea, which I will try for you, except I can't with the camera. Here we go. Holy crap, that's delicious. Queen of England knows a tea, apparently.
Tea originated in southwest China, made from an evergreen shrub whose botanical name is Camellia sinensis. All tea, black, oolong, green or white, is made from this same plant, though, like with wine grapes, there are a few subtle varietals. And like with wine grapes, tea too can vary in its quality and taste depending on the environment and geography it grows in. Naturally enough, our host claimed that his plantation presented the perfect conditions for a truly exquisite tea.
And by the way, just a completely gorgeous location. I want to spend all day here just shooting, doing time-lapse and close-ups and tea plantations and insect hunting, and I don't think I felt this calm since I arrived in Taipei. It's very busy, dense, exciting, city, but listen. Just the wind and the trees, and the chatter of those guys over there, but if they would shut up, it'd be the wind in the trees, and me.
But more than just hearing about it and enjoying the wonderful scenery, we were here to learn how to make tea, and in fact, we were going to come away from this day trip with a bag of tea we made ourselves. The process starts with plucking. It is preferred that only the bud and the 2 young leaves below it are selected to ensure the best tasting tea.
So now we've come to where they actually turn the tea leaves into the tea that you put in the water to drink. We've seen where it's picked, so now we're going to see where it's made in another beautiful, magnificent, gorgeous location. Love it.
After collection, the leaves are put on large woven bamboo trays, tossed lightly and laid out to let them wither slightly in warm conditions. This is done so the leaves become more pliable, so the next step can take place.
So because they use no pesticides or any chemicals at all, you can just knock on the tea leaves right now. It smells delicious, tastes delicious. It's going to be better once it's fermented, made in a tea though. Not really a salad item.
That small insect there, we're told, is a welcome sight. When they nibble on the tea leaves, the process helps lend a slight, sweet, honey-like characteristic to the tea. For green teas in particular, the leaves are now often steamed or baked to arrest the oxidization process so they remain green. And here, that is done in this large tumbler. For other kinds of tea, the next step is rolling. These days, usually done with the aid of a machine, but we were here to be taught the traditional way, by hand. The leaves are drawn into small, loose bundles and kneaded and rolled with both hands on the coarse weave of the bamboo mat. This process helps break apart the cell structure of the leaves, releasing the water, juices and oils and promoting a uniform oxidization.
It's therapeutic.
那到时候做好就会像这个样子。对对，洗手的。
Rubbing technique. We're rubbing our leaves, crush them up, break up all the leaves, and between the two of us, we're doing all right. I think we've got a pretty good technique going. Hold yours up for the camera, Wendell.
It's pretty terrible.
He's just soft-sunken, yeah. You know that? We've been doing it for exactly the same amount of time, and he's just got a bunch of full leaves there.
He's doing it so well.
Don't scoop up my good stuff. Cheater.
I would have already built a robot to do this.
The darker the tea required, the more oxidization is allowed to take place. We are making black tea, my favorite.
70%。
70%.
哎，40是大概40%。
70% of the way there.
40-50吗？这个吗？
So we've also been given these snacks, which are apparently a good complement to the tea. They're called do, which is some sort of pea or bean, and they are delicious. I have no idea how they're prepared, but they're crunchy and lovely.
But specifically, you can call it 蚕豆. Specifically.
Cha do.
No, 蚕豆.
Chan.
蚕.
Chan.
Yes.
Chan do.
Yeah, 蚕豆. Yes. They have a good taste.
That's the final product. That's what we're aiming for.
Perhaps the first corporation.
Smells
Yeah.
amazing. Progress updates. Close.
哎，好香哦。
So close.
Hey, very nice.
Once the leaves are properly rolled, which by hand like this takes about an hour of constant working, the next step is the firing, drying out of the leaves in an oven-like rack. This removes the last of the moisture, halts oxidization, and produces the final flavor profile of the tea.
So we're done with the tea rubbing. I am now officially a tea making expert, I think. Wendell, not so much.
Not so much.
He didn't have a talent for it.
Can't focus. It's the ADD.
Not very good at rubbing, apparently. There's a billion jokes there and I can't think of any of them.
We didn't actually have time to wait around for this process, and besides, it's not very exciting looking at an oven. But our little piles of tea were marked with our names and left behind for this process to take place. And the next day, delivered to our hotel room, was a package of our own handmade tea.
And here is the end result. My very own bag of Blunty tea, and it smells just amazing. In fact, I don't know whether I want to drink it all. I just want to have this bag around so I can just open it up every now and again and take a big whiff because it smells gorgeous. But, of course, the proof of any tea is in the drinking. So here is the very first pot I ever brewed up. And I haven't even taken a sip yet, so hopefully it's good. I brewed it very carefully. Pro tip, by the way, brewing tea, never use boiling water. You will scorch the leaves. No good. Always use water about 85, 90 degrees. Different teas will take different temperature water. So a little bit of experimentation will do you. But as for my tea, well, I can tell you what, it smells amazing. A little bit nervous, to tell you the truth. Let's find out.
Oh my goodness. It's a very delicate flavour. My personal choice of black tea is usually Earl Grey, which has a reasonably delicate flavour, but it's very sort of floral and flavourful. This is a much more subtle tea, but it is extraordinarily delicious. Quite proud of myself. I mean, you know, I didn't grow the tea leaves myself, but I did rub them around a bit on a bamboo mat, and as far as I'm concerned, that's 80% of the importance of the flavour of the tea. But there you are. That's how tea is made. I hope you enjoyed the story. I'm going to enjoy the entirety of the rest of this pot of tea very selfishly, all by myself. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty. I'll catch you next time. Cheers. Honest to goodness, it is so good. So happy.